Hi everybody. So here, we're still working on the left fuel tank. Actually, really pretty much just begun. In the last video, we had attached a back baffle in the J channel, and we're doing some countersinking. And so now we are countersinking the other side. Once we have the countersinking done, I'll remove the J channel. I will clean it out, a little deburring and some dimpling. Deburr the skins from while it's up in this holder here as best I can. Then we will start building ourselves a table for our DRDD2 Templar, because you just have to have one to do this wing skin. But it's a pretty slow video, so I pretty much described everything that's going to be happening. So let's talk about advice. I do these videos for the FAA and myself, and I don't want to have to use the old thing about, this is for entertainment purposes only. The opinion of myself is not the blah 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 blah. Look, I don't. If you want to watch my videos, that's great. If someone out there is a builder that can glean a little bit of information off of watching me fuck this, oh, pardon me, I guess I shouldn't use that kind of language, effing this up and eventually fixing a plane that more and more feels like it's going to be made out of duct tape and spit, then be my guest. But it's funny because people started asking me questions. Can I get your advice on something? And it really makes me reflect. I mean, it's nice. I mean, that the idea of education is that future generations will be able to do the exact same thing that the past did with even greater, possibly greater efficiency and quality. That's the whole idea, right? My father was a doctor, therefore he could teach me to be a doctor, and if I'm good enough, thankfully hopefully I'll be able to teach a better generation, etc., etc. Well, I have no engineering degree of any way, shape, or form. Certainly not aeronautical or mechanical or electrical. Ironically, I work in IT, and I don't have a computer science degree either. Anyway. I mean, it's nice that people want my help, but I started thinking about it this weekend, and my advice to anyone should be, if you need advice, don't ask me. I mean, I would love to give you what I think is the right answer. There are certainly some aspects of this process that I do know. Thankfully, I had a listener ask me about tool selections. And tools, tools are tools. That's why they're called tools. A tool in my hand is not going to do the same as a tool in your hand. It's the person that holds it that makes it work. I find the set of tools that I have seems adequate for a process that I don't even know if I'm doing right. Real quick, so you just saw me there. Also, one of the things I had to do on the skins was they ask you to, make a little break at the edge of the skins. So I just did that with my seamer tool right there. So anyway, my father was a doctor, practicing doctor, and he always had learned things by doing it the way of see one, do one, and teach one. You watch someone do it, you do one yourself, and then you teach someone else, and at the end of that, you should know it pretty well. Because once you teach one, then you know how to relearn it. It's amazing because there's a difference between actually being able to do it and be able to teach someone. You'd think it's second nature, but it's not. So here in the video, this is when we're going to start working. Well, I slowly start figuring out how to thinking about, do I need a table for this or not? And doing some dimpling. So yeah, I mean, I like answering viewers' questions. I'm glad that they've been pretty much generic and nondescript, like in step 10 point blah blah blah. Step number 6. How did you manage to do that? Thank God people aren't asking me those. I mean, if you need to ask that, that's great. But I would say ask fans or ask the Vans community. It actually started making me nervous. It's like, oh, geez, it's a lot of pressure. Anyway, but keep your questions coming. Hopefully in the next video, hopefully in these videos you will be able to take away something that will help you. Yeah, so keep the questions coming. I'll answer them the best as I can. But if you hear me say just please ask Vans, then maybe you should ask Vans. So while you're dimpling the edge of these skins here, back to the video, sorry. There's the number 19 holes that you'll be dimpling, and there's there's 2 in the interior side that you do not dimple. Thankfully, I'd marked that with a blue pen, so I hadn't screwed that up. But I noticed that it was easier to do so they're for nut plates, and I found that doing the 2 side number 40 holes first, then the number 19 was the easiest, even with the reduced dimple die. Anyway, so we're going to keep doing this, and in the next video, I think I'm going to actually build the table soon. See you soon.